Yeah, I definitely think as believers, instead of that word entangle, oftentimes we use the word struggle.
Ooh.
You know, I'm struggling with this. I'm struggling with that. You know, I'm struggling with whether you're talking about cursing. I'm struggling with pornography. I'm struggling with negative thoughts.
Yeah, I'm struggling with lying.
And I just want to paint that picture. Struggle is real. However, it is very necessary for us to see the difference between struggling and just not ready to admit that I don't want to let that thing go.
Yeah. And that's really what it is half the time.
Yes, it is. But we hide behind that word struggle because struggle looks good. But if you look at the actions behind what struggle is, it's not going down without a fight.
Yeah.
And so that looks like if you're struggling with, you know, the porn, the relationships, the, you know, whether that's drug usage or whatever your struggle may, I don't want to paint the picture, whatever your struggle is, you will be able to honestly say you're struggling if you see yourself fighting, whether that looks like picking up the phone to call, whether that looks like trying to go do something else before you make a bad decision. If you haven't at least made, and I'm not the one to put a thing, but I say at least 3 actions to dismantle yourself from something, you can't call it a struggle. Well, that's just real. I ain't gonna even say in my opinion.
Well, then you get to hide behind the label of entanglement.
Yeah.
You know, you just like, well, because it looks like you in it, but it's really not your fault, and you're trying to do something. But you're really not trying.
Nah, bro, nah, and I, like I was saying off air too. You know, even it's great to have that person looking at you. Great to have that wheel on the other end of the table. And in my situation, I was telling Professor Tracy that, you know, I'm grateful for my wife because sometimes when I always try to live up to my word, but sometimes you have to have that person to tell you, man, you're really just making an excuse for this situation. But if you don't let anybody in on your quote unquote struggle, you will always be able to blanket your situation.
Nice.
And that should be a fear of yours, because one of my biggest fears, man, when I really got into trying to better myself and having a accountability person from a friend and a wife, I said, man, if God's judging the heart, and the heart is deceitful, I need assistance with seeing the things I cannot see. And it's very important, because I can say I'm struggling all day, but if I need God to show me really where my heart is, because God will honor the fighter, but if God never is fooled by what we call entanglements or struggles. He see it for what it is. That's scary, bro. You can't trick him.
That's facts.
You can trick yourself.
100% facts.
Right, man. You can trick yourself. You can trick your friend. You can trick, DJ Rain and Professor Tracy and all of that. But God looking at it like, you know what? You didn't try to make that call. You didn't try to go do something else. You didn't try to fight, and actually you might have called that person that you knew might not have answered, or what you tried you knew was still going to allow leeway for that. And y'all, I'm not speaking at y'all, I'm speaking through experience. I'm not talking at anybody right now. I'm speaking from experience and what God had to show me about myself, man. So let's really face the truth. Let's face those facts and see, the man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror when it comes to those things.